Okay guys, it is another beautiful day here in Aswan, and that means it is time for another beautiful adventure. Today we're actually going to be going onto this boat, which is a Nile Cruise, and we're going to be cruising the Nile for 4 days and 3 nights, going the whole way from Aswan to Luxor. And as always, I'm bringing you guys on the adventure with me. Let's go! Oh, this is our bedroom for the 3 of us. We are 411. Oh, we have 3 beds. One in the corner here, 2 more. Our stuff is kind of all over the place. Not much of a view right now because we are still in Aswan. But we're on our boat. Quite a big room. Bathroom is quite nice as well. Nice wooden floor. And we even have a bathtub. Hello. Upstairs we have the pool and sun deck. Hi girls.
Hey.
It's quite busy up here.
I haven't moved and I'm literally dripping up.
Wow, yeah, it's pretty hot up here. So there's quite a large upstairs area. There's a bar here, but there's nobody here. Doesn't look like there's going to be anybody here. Chill out area. We have just arrived here at Philae Temple. This was the very last temple ever built in Egypt. It's one of the most famous temples in the country, and it's located on its own island here, a few kilometers south of Aswan. And what an amazing temple it is. Let's go explore. So this is the ticket. It costs £180, which is about €9 or €10. Was built in 690 BC. Well, it started its construction in 690 BC, and it was built to honor the goddess, the ancient Egyptian goddess Isis, who was the goddess of motherhood, of love, of the moon, many different things. So this temple was built to honor her, because in ancient Egyptian times, temples were not a place for people to come and worship. They were a place for people to come and make sacrifices or give gifts to the gods. So they were built to honor the gods. This one was built to honor the goddess Isis. People would come here, buy gifts from the priests. The priests would make sure that the gifts were sacred, and then the priests would honor the gods by giving these gifts to them. You can probably see the temples are in incredible shape, like they are perfectly preserved. You can see all of the carvings really well, and they say this is because of the hot, dry climate here down in Aswan and the south of Egypt. So they said the last time it rained here in Aswan was about 5 years ago. All the kids were running out, jumping in the streets and playing in the rain. So it really doesn't rain a lot here. It's very dry. It never gets too cold either. So that is one reason why all of these temples are perfectly preserved, and you can still see all of the perfect, beautiful carvings on the outsides of these temples. One thing you will notice, and I don't know if you can see it here behind me, but on the far left hand side, some of the carvings have been kind of cut off. Yet on the right hand side, you will see that they are still in perfect condition. Now that is said that in ancient Egypt, the right hand side is considered more sacred than the left hand side. And so when people decided to come and deface some of this temple, they decided to deface only the left hand side and not the right hand side. So now you can see that some of the figures of Isis or Horus or the Egyptian gods on the left hand side have been defaced, but on the right hand side are perfect. Just show you that. So here they have been defaced, but over here they are still in perfect condition. Incredible first stop this has been, Philae Temple here on the island, Philae Island here in Aswan. But now we are jumping back on our boat and we're going to be heading to our cruise boat. Finally getting onto our cruise, checking in, seeing our room, having lunch. And I think we're all pretty excited to see what our boat looks like. We have actually no idea, it's going to be a surprise. And then I guess maybe we have an afternoon of relaxing in Aswan. After a fairly relaxing day here on the boat, just chilling out, I did some work in the room editing a video. The girls just sat up here sunbathing, and I got myself a little Sunset Stella. Stella is the kind of #1 beer here that they love here in Egypt. And we're just about to watch the sunset. I'm going to show you my current view. Good morning, guys. Today is day 2 of our Nile cruise from Aswan to Luxor. We still haven't actually left Aswan, but this morning we got up really early, like 3:30 a.m. and took a small shuttle bus here to Abu Simbel, which is right on the border with Sudan and is also on the lakes, on the shores, I should say, of Lake Nasser. It's one of the largest man-made lakes in the world. So we are here visiting Abu Simbel, one of the most famous temples here in Egypt. It is part of the UNESCO World Heritage Site of Nubian Monuments that runs the whole way from here up to the Philae Temple back up in Aswan. And I don't know too much about it yet. I guess our guide is going to fill us in soon, but it is a rock-cut temple and I'm excited to check it out. So many different tickets. So it's £240. Quick correction before we even start, is actually 2 rock-cut temples. I can already see there's one on the left and one on the right. The one on the right, the statues of the king and the queen do look much bigger, but there is one over on the right hand side as well, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see both. Both have been carved out of the mountain, which is crazy. Okay, so the large temple that we first saw, the one over here, was for King Ramses, and it is 4 statues of himself that are all 20 meters tall. But then this smaller temple that you see behind me was for his favorite wife. And he had 34 wives, and apparently he had something like 150 children, so he's a very busy man. I already showed you the main temple, which is the one on the far right over here, but there is a smaller temple behind me here. We thought it was just for the women and that it was the women engraved, but no, it is the King Ramses again. He has 4 statues, and then his favorite wife has 2 statues. And then there are really small engravings of some of their children, of all of their children, 60 children with that one wife, but altogether I think he had over 150 children and he had 34 separate wives. But this was his favorite wife, and so this is the one he wanted to have engraved. And he loves her, but apparently he loves himself more. So he has 4 statues of himself and 2 statues of her. So guys, this here is what happens if you don't get to Abu Simbel early. You're gonna be faced with about 300 different tourists. After a very long morning, we finally made it back to Aswan. It was about 4 hours to go to Abu Simbel, 4 hours to come back. So we've been gone for about 10 hours already. We finally made it back to Amouage, which is our boat, and we're gonna be setting sail, heading towards our other destinations and our final destination of Luxor at about 1:30 p.m. today. So time to board our boat and I guess have some lunch. So guys, they also have this bar area which is downstairs on the first level of the boat, and you can just see right now the views are beautiful. You can see the water outside. The sun is about to set. And I'm ready for a beer. Oh, I've got a nice cold beer. And I'm going to show you my view of one of these main temples here along the River Nile. Cheers!